Okay, well, Matthew Swinnerton here from Event Santa Cruz, and I am super excited because I don't know, out of all the interviews I've done in a long time, this is probably one I'm looking forward to the most. We are here with Windsor. How you doing, Windsor?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me
Good.
today.
Oh no, love it. We are super excited because Windsor is going to be playing a show. It's January 27th at the Catalyst Atrium. I have my tickets. My son already has his tickets. It's going to be a great show. But as I was talking with Windsor before, Santa Cruzians, we love to talk about ourselves. So this interview probably will have a very Santa Cruz like feel to it. Um, Windsor was actually a native Santa Cruz. How long did you live here?
18 years.
18 years. Okay, so first 18 years of life. Let's talk about those
Yeah.
18 years. What was the music scene for you? Like, did you play shows? Did you go to shows? Did you collaborate people? What from your perspective, what was the music scene here?
Well, I think there's a lot of like micro music scenes in Santa Cruz. There's like, the reggae bands, there's the underground punk bar bands, there's bands that people start at UCSC, and then there's like jazz kids that are involved in the Kumbla. So I think like when I first started playing in bands was like junior high, and it was just with kids from my middle school. I went to Branson 40.
Nice.
Um, and so we just did covers, and then high school came around, and I started a band in high school with some friends, and we'd play at Pergolesi, the Great Place, and like house parties and warehouse shows. And that was fun because it was more of a DIY punk mentality. And I think that that's something, yeah, just learning to do things yourself and record. The beginning for me was learning how to start bands in that way
Nice.
and playing in bands and booking tours and stuff on my own.
It does seem like Santa Cruz is heavily music oriented, doesn't it? I mean, there's a lot of musicians that come out of Santa Cruz. Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to school with Oliver Tree,
Okay. Yeah.
like I grew up with Oliver, and like his keyboardist is a friend of mine, Casey Matson. He's another
Oh,
local
yeah.
Santa Cruz kid. So like, there's a bunch of musicians that have come out of Santa Cruz, and they're all doing well now, I'd say.
Yeah, it's funny
Um,
to see, especially when you left. So, or maybe around 2018, there was a lot of Americana bands that were really popular out of Santa Cruz. Jesse Daniels, Taylor Ray, Henry Chadwick, that all like are charting now. Like, yeah, and
yeah,
it's really cool to
I
see
know
that.
Jesse Daniel. Yeah, I think Jesse went to my high school too.
Yeah, he's up. Did
Yeah,
he have
there's
a
a
mohawk
bunch.
at that time?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I think he just had short hair. He
Yeah.
didn't look super cowboy back then, but
No,
um, now he's killing the country game.
he is. He
You
is
know?
really awesome. Yeah, I like that he has the edge to the country, like a kind of a country edge, kind of a little. Like
Yeah,
he brings that
yeah,
punk vibe to country just a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think Santa Cruz kids have a little bit of that punk vibe. I don't know what it is, but it's
Yep.
just a part of the music scene here.
For sure. Okay, so you start off in Santa Cruz, you go to New York, you're touring, you're writing for, American Idol artist, you're, collaborating Macklemore, you're in Los Angeles. Why do you come back in 2020 to Santa Cruz to write your new EP? What was the reasoning behind doing that to move here temporarily to do that?
Well, I yeah, I was spending time in Northern California because we were in the middle of the pandemic, and I quit this job that I've been working, and it just felt like I needed some time and space and serenity to like get out of Los Angeles and just make something. And during that time, I didn't want to write songs about the pandemic and what I was seeing in the world, so I sort of I took the time to like reflect on stories I hadn't told before, and a lot of those stories involved growing up in Santa Cruz and my being a teenager and formative experiences, falling in love, loss. And so I made this record all about that. And so it felt natural to do that in the area where I grew up. And yeah, it just all connected in that way. And the title of the EP is an expression my dad used to use to describe Santa Cruz. So it's very much like a piece of art I wanted to make that sort of encapsulated my time there. And I never talked about it before, you know, in my old band, we were very, you know, we were living in New York and we were living in the moment and writing songs about that. But this record, Where the Redwoods Meet the Sea, is all about my childhood in Santa Cruz and how it shaped me into who I am today. So yeah, it's an inspiring place to write and visit, and I love coming back, and I'm excited for the show.
Oh no, we are super excited. Well, let's talk about that a little bit more. You've been quoted by saying, I always felt like the feeling and sound of Northern California, where I grew up and played, plays a vital role in my sound." Can you elaborate that? Like, why is this, I guess, shape your sound by living here?
Well, I think there's something about the way that the fog rolls into Northern California in the morning and burns out by midday.
Yeah,
Something about that feeling, that mysticism, that sort of Santa Cruz kind of, to me, is just a unique landscape. And the way the light hits the ocean, it's just very glassy. And I think just the sounds of the instruments that I choose for this body of music specifically just is sort of a reflection of that. You know, I just wanted to bottle up that feeling of waking up here. And, you know, it's just in my DNA, you know.
yeah, nice.
I don't
Okay,
know how else to describe it really.
well, it
You know, it's
works.
just this dreamy psychedelic feeling that you get in Santa Cruz, you know.
It is a vibe. I mean, I've been listening nonstop to the current EP, and then also your the new live one that you did right after that's on, the Audio Tree version.
Cool.
Yeah, and it does feel like I'm here. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of like an audio representation of, and I mean, and of course I don't have the same experiences that you have, or like, other things, but it just has that vibe that feels like, and even the other, other music you have, it's just like it feels very comfortable. But me, it's because I've been here for 30 years, so I can relate somewhat. Okay, let's talk about that. So you're having a show as a January 27th at the Catalyst Atrium. You're playing a four leg tour here, or four, not leg, but four stop tour. You end off at the Catalyst. How does shows feel differently when they're hometown? Like your family's here, your friends here. Do you think of like, I should play different songs? What's going through your head during all of that?
I'm trying not to overthink it, but I think that I personally feel like it's a little I think it's a little more nerve-wracking to play in front of people you know than it is
Yep.
strangers. I don't know. I've always felt that way. Like, I think I get more nervous playing in front of family than I do playing in front of like thousands of people, you know? I think because they've just known me and watched me growing up and stuff. So, um, but I'm excited because I think there's also people that are coming to this show that aren't my family. You
Yeah.
know, I think that the music is connecting, so it's not just people that I know,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
You want strangers at you want people you don't know at your shows.
For sure.
But
No.
yeah, like but I'm excited to do a hometown show. We did a set at Midtown Surf Shop this summer, I think. We played in the surf shop and it
I
was really
remember
fun.
that.
A bunch
Yep.
of friends and family came. Yeah,
Yep.
so I'm looking forward to playing a venue and the Catalyst is legendary, so it'll be
It
fun.
is. It's a historic place for sure. Okay, so lightning round here. Um, you're back in Santa Cruz. You come for the show. You come back. Where do you go eat? Is there some place you're craving?
Tacos Morenos.
That wins for sure. I think that's like
Yeah.
50% of us. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Midtown, so just like the best burritos. There and Lillian's if I have extra time.
Cool. Okay, so we got two great locations. Next one, special place for you in Santa Cruz. Is there like a beach, a park? Is there like a venue? Is there some place that you would go to that like this is just like my special place here when you're growing up?
I love Fall Creek in Felton.
That's nice. Great.
Um, it's a hike my dad and I used to take when I was younger a lot. And it's definitely when I'm talking about where the redwoods meet the sea, that those are the redwoods I'm talking about. Like that space, that place is very special.
It is.
I don't know, it's magic there.
Very wet right now. Very yeah, with all the
Yes,
storms.
yes.
Sure,
I
yeah.
hope I hope you're holding up okay.
We're in Scotts Valley. We've been doing fine, but all my friends are in the valley, like San Lorenzo Valley. Yeah, and so they've been spending the night at our house because they had no power or whatever. But it's getting better. Thank you. Okay, you're stuck on a deserted island for 1 year. Which artist, musician do you pick to spend time with, and why?
Um, I guess I would take the producer I've been working with. His
So
name's
you're already
Jackson
friends.
Phillips.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we're already friends. Um, he makes music as Daywave. I'd probably take Daywave to that deserted island so we could continue making the music we've been making together.
That was a great answer. Okay,
Because
redwoods or the sea? What do you prefer?
you're gonna make me pick between the two.
You got to, yeah. I can pick actually. It's
Uh,
hard, but
um, I think I take redwoods.
really, okay.
I think I spend more time hiking than I do in the ocean these days. So at this moment in time, I'll take the redwoods.
That's funny because I would actually pick the sea, but I never go in it. It's too cold, and I don't surf. And so, like, I go to the beach a lot, but you're right. It's like it is where it meets. We're kind of spoiled. We get both at exactly the same time in many ways. So
Oh my God.
yeah,
People in Santa Cruz are so lucky. It's like so beautiful. And um yeah, if you don't surf, you can always look at the ocean and breathe in the negative ions that, make you chill.
exactly.
That's what my
No,
mom says.
it is. It's a
Yeah.
total place to relax. Like when you go to the beach, it's like, okay, now I can get centered again here. Okay. Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much. But I love this interview. I loved your answers. I will see you personally January 27th at the Catalyst Atrium. I'll put a link in the video so we can see it. And have a great day. Thanks, Windsor.
Thank you so much for having me, Matthew.
No, have a good
See you
day.
there.
See ya.